Ireland, the Emerald Isle, a land of myth, music, and now booming business. In recent years, Ireland has experienced an economic transformation, fueled by low corporate taxes and a strategic embrace of the tech industry. Global giants have set up shop, drawn by the siren song of a 12.5% corporate tax rate. This influx of multinational corporations has brought jobs, it has brought investment, it has brought prosperity, at least on paper. The Irish economy is roaring, with GDP growth outpacing the rest of Europe. The streets of Dublin tell a story of their own. Once a city grappling with economic stagnation, Dublin is now a vibrant hub of innovation and entrepreneurship. Cafes overflow with young tech workers, their laptops open, their conversations a blend of accents from around the globe. The city pulsates with a newfound energy, a sense that anything is possible, but this economic miracle has come at a cost. The influx of highly paid tech workers has driven up demand for housing, putting immense pressure on an already strained housing market. Rents have skyrocketed, leaving many long-term residents struggling to stay afloat. Stories abound of young professionals forced to live with their parents well into their 30s, unable to find affordable accommodation in the city they call home. And it's not just Dublin. The housing crisis has spread its tentacles across the country, impacting rural communities as well as urban centres. The dream of home ownership, once a cornerstone of Irish identity, feels increasingly out of reach for many. As the Celtic tiger roars back to life, a dark cloud of housing insecurity hangs over the Emerald Isle. The average rent in Dublin now exceeds €2,000 per month, a staggering figure that has priced many out of the market. Stories of bidding wars, with desperate renters offering above the asking price, have become commonplace. The situation is particularly acute for students, young families, and those on lower incomes, who find themselves priced out of the very communities they grew up in. The housing crisis is not solely a product of economic success. Years of underinvestment in social housing, coupled with a reliance on the private sector to meet housing needs, have created a perfect storm. The construction industry, still reeling from the aftermath of the 2008 financial crash, has struggled to keep pace with demand. The result is a chronic shortage of affordable housing options. This shortage has had a ripple effect throughout Irish society. Essential workers, such as nurses, teachers and firefighters, are finding it increasingly difficult to live within a reasonable commuting distance of their jobs. This is leading to staffing shortages in key sectors, further exacerbating the strain on public services. The housing crisis is no longer just a housing crisis, it is a societal crisis. Adding to the pressure on the housing market is the arrival of refugees fleeing conflict and persecution. Ireland, with its long history of emigration and tradition of welcoming those in need, has opened its doors to those seeking sanctuary. However, the influx of refugees, while commendable from a humanitarian perspective, has further strained an already overburdened system. The government's response to the housing crisis has been met with mixed reviews. Critics argue that measures such as tax breaks for developers have done little to address the root causes of the problem, instead serving to line the pockets of investors while doing little to increase the supply of genuinely affordable housing. Others point to the lack of long-term planning and investment in social housing as a key factor contributing to the crisis. Amidst this turmoil, a sense of unease has settled upon some segments of Irish society. The rapid pace of change, coupled with the visible presence of newcomers, has fueled anxieties about national identity and social cohesion. The rise of anti-immigration sentiment, while still a fringe element, is a worrying trend that threatens to undermine Ireland's long-standing reputation as a welcoming and tolerant nation. The challenges facing Ireland are complex and multifaceted. There are no easy answers, no quick fixes. However, there are a number of policy options that could help to mitigate the crisis and chart a more sustainable course for the future. One such option is to significantly increase investment in social and affordable housing. This would involve building new homes as well as renovating and repurposing existing properties. The government could also explore innovative financing models such as cost rental housing to make housing more affordable for low and middle income earners. Addressing the housing crisis is not just about bricks and mortar, it is about creating a more equitable and inclusive society. It is about ensuring that everyone has access to a decent and affordable place to live, regardless of their income or background. The future of the Emerald Isle depends on it.